Good evening, everybody. It's Mike Lapinto here. I am the co-artistic director of FestivalSouth, and we've missed you. Even though we had our last performance live Tuesday, we had a live stream Thursday from Mac McAnally. And if you didn't get to see that, you should go check our Facebook page or YouTube and watch that video. It's really, really something. Mac was wonderful to do that for us, to let us be part of that live stream. And we are glad to be back live tonight. We have an amazing show with you this evening with Mary Dryden from the city of Hattiesburg, Connie Roberts and Joseph Wilkinson of the Meister Singers, and a very special command performance from the cast of Kinky Boots. There is so much tonight, you do not want to miss it. But as we started last broadcast, please take a moment and like this event on Facebook. Please check that or love it, share it with somebody, and please comment. We're here and we're looking at comments, and we have something for you if you comment tonight. We have a gift card to Crescent City Grill right here in Hattiesburg, and so we'll be watching your comments and watching those likes and shares. Take a minute to do that, and we'll be right back.
And people stayed home and read books and listened and they rested and did exercises and made art and played and learned new ways of being and stopped and listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone met their shadow, and people began to think differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and people found themselves, they grieved for the dead and made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways of living and completely healed the earth, just as they were healed.
Again, we're so excited that you're back with us. It's good to be here. This is the last week. Can you believe it? It's already the last week of Festival South. Next Saturday this time, we will be doing our last live broadcast for a little bit. Please stay a part of this. Please share this with your friends. Again, we're giving away a gift card to Crescent City tonight. As you comment, we'll be looking at those things, and as you like, love, and share our post. Tonight, I'm so excited to have with us one of our most faithful audience goers, and that's a wonderful thing to be able to say about Councilwoman Mary Dryden. Mary, good evening.
Good evening, Mike. Yes, I do love Festival South and all of the arts have to offer in Hattiesburg.
Well, I should mention to everybody is that we're having a little Skype issue. Her iPad decided that she needed to log in and do all sorts of weird things, and we're live, and that's the nature of live. So we have her on speakerphone here. Mary, we do appreciate you dealing with all of this technology. We've been figuring out something new every broadcast, it seems. But we're glad you're here. So what has quarantine life been like for you, both personally and even more so maybe for the city?
Well, the period from New Year's Eve forward has felt like a tsunami. Like I've been in the shadow of it. I could see it coming, but that still meant it would hit. For me and my family, it's been a period of loss. First, my dad on New Year's Eve, my mother at the end of May, and the outbreak of the COVID-19 in Hattiesburg and the shelter-in-place order meant that my mother came from the hospital to my home. And for 2 months, I cared for her here It's one of the hardest things I've ever done, and one for which I am absolutely the most grateful. And so that confined time turned out to be a gift. Because of technology, I was still able to find out the needs in the city, and our dedicated city employees have continued to do everything possible to provide services to our residents, everything that they expect, and to solve problems that arise. Communication has been an open door in this administration, and the council has been included in Zoom meetings to stay informed at least once a week.
There's been so much going on, and I'm really sorry, and we all are, for your loss during this time. So many people dealing with so many challenging situations and loss of loved ones. We really feel for everybody who's going through this right now. And as far as the city goes, so many challenges that, we look at just a year ago. Who would have thought? Did we have any clue that we were doing this? And so time is precious. You just never know.
Oh, that's true. We can anticipate things, but when it comes down to it, we can't predict what's going to happen. So we do the best we can in the moment.
Absolutely. So what are you looking forward to? What is something that, sometimes when we deal with sort of all this doom and gloom on a daily basis, so many things happening. What are you looking forward to?
Well, comfortable camaraderie. I love hugs and handshakes, and I miss that sense of being connected to others that comes from those forms of communicating. So I miss that feeling of community that we get when we're in an audience and we're sharing the enjoyment of watching a performance, listening to music, singing and dancing together. I miss Live at 5. I miss plays by HCLO and Hub City Players and baseball games. I remember getting into the car one day while sheltering in place and going to pick up a prescription for my mother and turning on the radio. And it was at that moment that I realized just how much I miss music. We have a neighbor, John Wooten, who's incredibly talented. You probably know John is a steel drum player. And he has been playing music from his patio every Sunday night for about an hour concert. And it has felt like therapy. And I have been so aware that music is therapy. So I'm looking forward to more. And I'm looking forward to gatherings where we share these experiences in the park, in the USM football stadium, anywhere in downtown Hattiesburg, being back in the Mononi Theater, the Sanger Theater. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to July 4th of 2021 so that we can celebrate on the river again. And Mike, I'm looking forward to Kinky Boots.
I tell you what.
I still hope that is performed. I love that play.
Well, all the intention is to do it next summer. One of the amazing things about all of the people who are part of Festival South, and I say this many times, the people who are really good at what they do are so easy to work with and just so amenable. And I think none of us realized what we were getting into with this whole situation. And all of our sponsors, all of our performers just said, let's make it 2021. And we were able to move the whole thing over. And as the person who's the organizer and the marketer and the putting the schedules together, and we were literally right within a day of putting everything out and say we're going, when all of this sort of went down, for everybody to say we'll just move it to next year, and to be able to just change dates on things. And it's actually been more of an, I would say, even a national effort. For a lot of the things we do involve national companies and national level performers, and everybody just said let's say 2021. And as much as
that's awesome.
Yeah, as much as it's a horrible thing for us right now, and I say that full well knowing that it's a really difficult time for a lot of performing artists, but many of us still have jobs, and so many people are dealing with not having jobs and not having income, and how will they make things work, and dealing with all sorts of federal programs that they never thought they'd ever deal with in their lifetime. And that amidst sort of the revolution that we're having right now, with politically with so many things. I think it's just was sort of the perfect storm of things, and that, like you said, music is and the arts are just a true healer for that. So why do you think, other than you just sort of said, what are some other reasons that you came to Festival South? Like, I see you, and not just Festival South, you're at lots of things. You are out there visibly saying, I support this. Why do you do that? Why do you think others should do that?
Well, I love people. It brings people together, Mike. Festival South connects people through a shared experience of joy. Enjoyment by people of all ages and circumstances. And it broadens our view of life and living together in a community we love. That's why I'm there.
Well, we definitely appreciate you. All of the city and our county government is so wonderful. They've always been big supporters of the arts in many ways. And I think it's one of the really telling things about our community that, like you said, you have a John Wooten performing on Sunday evenings, and you have us doing what we're doing, so many different, with Abby doing the morning things for children that are coming from the city and from the Hattiesburg Arts Council, and so many people trying to make things happen. And I hope people remember that though a lot of things are reopening right now, one, stay safe, please. Please be safe out there, if not for you, for other people who do have issues. But also that a lot of artists are not going to be able to go back to what they normally did. I'm dealing with a lot of friends with the School of Music, and it's, how do you put a marching band on a field, and how do you do a musical? How do you dance when you can't touch somebody? And a lot of challenging times are still ahead for our arts performers, and that's such a big part of our community. But again, we're grateful for all that the city has done for us, and you in particular, just being there and being visible. And I would challenge people, just what you said, the moment it's okay and the moment we can, and that you feel safe doing this, please come back. When we can open up, we are going to be there. We miss everybody terribly, and we look forward to seeing you again. And I'm going to give you a big old hug next time it's okay to do that.
That sounds great.
Mary,
thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you so much for being with us.
It's really a pleasure and a privilege to be with you tonight.
Thank you so much.
Mac McAnally was phenomenal.
Wasn't that amazing?
My goodness. Talk about an hour of therapy. It
Yeah.
was awesome.
It really is, and we're really
done.
we're really excited when people are telling us, that they may not get to see us live, but the views that we're getting later, because they can fit it into their schedule. This is sort of, again, maybe something we need to look at even for the future, so that more people can be reached by what we're able to do now. Take care. Have a good evening, Mary.
You too. Thanks again, Mike.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Again, everybody, don't forget, we have some really fun things coming up from the Meister Singers. You're going to get to see their performance from last year in London, which not many people have seen that at all. It's a really exclusive, plus a command performance from the cast of Kinky Boots. And remember, please like and share and love our videos. And we're giving away a gift card to Crescent City tonight at the end of the program. Plus, we have a really special announcement. You have to stick around to see what that is. We'll be right back.
Once I was afraid, but then you came along. You put your faith in me, and I was challenged to be strong. When I lost my way, you were there to see me through. Now let Lola lend some love and do the same for you.
and people stayed home and read books and listened and they rested and did exercises and made art and played and learned new ways of being and stopped and listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone met their shadow, and people began to think differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and people found themselves, they grieved for the dead and made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways of living and completely healed the earth, just as they were healed.
Do you remember the first time you heard your favorite Sandy Patty song? 5-time Grammy Award winner, 40 Dove Awards, the most awarded female vocalist in Christian music history, a pioneer whose ministry has helped shape Christian music for over 3 decades.
So thankful that you have been in my life for the last 30 years. So I look forward to telling you thank you.
So there was our little bit of excitement. We had the Kinky Boots cast back again by special demand. And also Sandy Patty, who was supposed to be with us on our opening night and was not well that evening, is coming back this Tuesday. I talked to her the other day. Yes, I talked to Sandy Patty. And she's going to be back Tuesday night. So make sure you tune in for that. Tonight we are thrilled to have with us part of the other segment of Hattiesburg Concert Association, the Meister Singers, and that is Joey Wilkinson and Connie Roberts. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for being with us. For those of us who are not, for those out there listening who are not familiar with us, a little bit as far as the Hattiesburg Concerts Association and the Meister Singers, tell us a little bit about you. Connie, why don't you start? Tell us who the Meister Singers are, what you do.
Okay, well, I'm actually a charter member of the Meister Singers. It started a long time ago. It started out as the Hattiesburg Civic Chorus and Concert Association. Since then, we've sort of shortened it to HCA, and it was originally the Meister Singers. And then when J. Dean came up with a fabulous idea for FestivalSouth, FestivalSouth came under the same HCA umbrella with Meister Singers. And so it's been a wonderful, wonderful, wild ride for all these years, and we're thrilled to be part of the same organization.
Connie, tell us real quickly a little bit about who you are personally, because I know a lot of people, you've been here, you're a legacy of Hattiesburg. Like I remember you in school when I was in school. So tell everybody about Connie Roberts.
Well, okay, as a lot of people know, I'm a native of South Louisiana, yay. But Hattiesburg's been home since 1987, when my husband Robin and I moved here for him to practice law. And we've raised our children here. I did a doctorate at USM, and then for the last 27 years, I've been fortunate enough to be on the music faculty at William Carey.
Yes, I have heard and had the opportunity to play for you multiple times. A fabulous singer and a fabulous talent. Joey, tell us about you a little bit and your take on the Meistersingers and what you do with the Meistersingers.
Thank you so much. Again, it is a joy to be here with you tonight. I am Joey Wilkinson. I am the director of the Meistersingers. I've had the privilege of being the director of the Meistersingers since 2013. I was a resident of and then lived in Laurel for a number of years, but had the opportunity to come on as the director of the Meistersingers and have absolutely enjoyed every moment with this fine group of individuals who are tremendous musicians, some who are professors in college, like Connie, and others who sing for a hobby, but we all come together to make tremendous music here in the community of Hattiesburg. I currently reside in Brandon, just outside of Jackson, and I drive down for the rehearsals and for the concerts. It is well worth the effort to come down because there is something special going on in Hattiesburg with the arts community there.
So what has quarantine life been like for you guys, and what are you looking forward to past all of this? I guess let's start with Joey again. Let's pick up with you. So what has life been like? Because singing is one of the things we're all still trying to figure out what we can do and sing in a room, and especially as a group. So what's it been like? What are you looking forward to?
And we are, and there's certainly been quite the gamut of ideas as to what we can do during this time. There certainly have been those who are much more expert in the science than I am, who have cautioned against singing currently, but then there seems to be some data that is coming forth now that seems to show that there could be some possibilities in singing, creative though they may be, to be able to continue this fine art. Certainly during this time of COVID-19, we have mourned the loss to be able to come together and to make music chorally. We anticipate being able to do so again, but we've got to transition between now and then and do so safely so that we protect all those who are seeking to come together to make great music. I have missed tremendously the opportunity to be together as a community, to be together in making fine music together, and to just share in the choral artistry that Meistersingers have become so renowned for. I look forward to being able to do so again and to be able to share with the community our efforts. COVID-19 has definitely been something that has struck very hard at my heart. I had a family member who actually contracted COVID-19, and she was quite ill for several weeks and required hospitalization. So I do want to say that for those who are in the medical profession, who are offering of themselves tirelessly, we thank you. We thank you for your efforts, for your keeping us safe, for your keeping us comforted during this uncertain time. And we look forward to when we can restore some sense of what we knew as normal, but a new normal in which we move forward together as a community, making great art again, living together in a new world in which we are past COVID-19.
Joey, I feel like you've told that speech before. You've said that so eloquently. Thank you for that. Connie, you have anything you'd like to add about that, about what you've been, quarantine life has been like for you, what you're looking forward to?
Well, of course, we finished our trimester, our spring trimester online, and I just want to say that I feel very fortunate to have had a job that I was allowed to do online. And it's challenging and interesting to teach voice lessons and classes online, but the students were just terrific. They stepped right up and were real troopers. And as a matter of fact, my students have even asked if we could have master classes over the summer just so they could get in touch and see each other. And so we've been doing that every couple of weeks. So that's been a really nice thing. I miss the church family. I miss the Meistersinger family. I miss my own family. We have Rob and I have relatives in other states, and so we're looking forward to being able to get back to all of those people.
tell me real quickly, we're going to take a break for just a second, and if you'll stay with me, but people who might not be familiar, people who are watching this video, this live stream now, or are watching the video in posterity as it's stored out there in the internet on Facebook and YouTube, how do you become a Meister singer? Who can become a Meister singer?
Joey?
Anyone can become a Meister singer. It certainly is open to anyone who has an interest in singing, anyone who is in the Hattiesburg area. But we are so much beyond just the Hattiesburg area. Like I shared, I drive in from Brandon. We have people who drive in from central Mississippi, from the coast of Mississippi, that come in for our rehearsals. It just simply requires a commitment of time, of energy, of voice, and of excellence in the artistry of choral music. We want you to come in and share your talent, to share your voice, and to unite with others who share a same interest, and bring forth your voice in a higher resonance that you may not have known was there before. So anyone can come in. Our rehearsals are typically on a Thursday evening. During this COVID time, we are going to be looking to restart in the fall, but our rehearsals will be structured a little bit differently than they have been in the past, and there'll be information coming out about that, and we'll share that on our website as well as the HCA website, and so people can find out about it that way.
Connie, I'm looking at the painting behind you. Is that a Amy Just?
It is. It's an Amy Just painting. My husband, the lovely Robin, had commissioned for me several years ago. It is.
So with that, you know, Amy was our festival artist for 10 years, and this year she deferred and said she had had her decade. It was time for somebody else to take that on, and Kelsey Wishick joined us. We're going to see a little bit about that painting, which is up for auction. This is the final week that you have a chance to bid on that painting. If you'll stay right with us, we're going to be back, and we're going to talk about what everybody's going to see in just a minute. We'll be right back.
I'm Kelsey Wishick. I'm a Mississippi native from the Gulf Coast. Well, I was excited to be asked to participate in FestivalSouth, and of course the first thing that I was thinking about with how to connect with the concept was my experience with Hattiesburg. I've spent a lot of time on the Leaf River in the woods playing music myself, and I always kind of have this like myth that I tell myself about this man in the river who's perpetually playing music for all of time. And I've done several paintings and drawings of this river myth man, and kind of showed up again in this work. I thought it would be interesting to give him a kind of unique instrument. So he's playing the banjo-lele, a little small banjo-ukulele mix. And I kind of worked with the idea of the appearance of kinky boots in the festival, to just give him these vibrant boots to ground him into the river. So he's very much a part of nature and participating in the landscape. And that's kind of how I spent my time here in Hattiesburg, always outside, enjoying the beauty that is offered here. So the color in this painting, it actually came in response to an actual sunrise that I experienced as I was starting to conceive this idea. I was really struck by this kind of lemon yellow that happened one morning. I don't think I've ever seen that color before in real life until that day. And it became this kind of surreal experience that I was having, and that I wanted maybe the viewer to be able to touch into. So it's just this really vibrant springtime, early springtime colors, and kind of just pushing that surreal moment of being integrated with everything. So like there's this swooping, like he's kind of swooping into the trees are becoming into the atmosphere, so everything is connected in a way. And I wanted to play with that with the colors too. So even his jeans, his shirt, it becomes kind of atmospheric, or like the river, like the landscape. So trying to push that connection. I'm always thinking about the nature of water and the fluidity of water and the contrasting nature of the different elements. But I feel always quite drawn to water and that kind of ability for it to reflect our stories and our moments. And I always think of water when I'm in Hattiesburg for some reason because of the rivers. When I think of creativity in relationship to the pandemic, my experience has been to, take an initial pause and assess what is most important to me as a creator, not to just create compulsively. So it's been actually a really beautiful time to step back and reintegrate into the vision process of creativity. So obviously sometimes it just comes and it flows, and other times it really starts with how I feel like creativity starts with how we see life and how an artist sees life. So I've been really cultivating that direct contact with the places that I'm in, the kind of empathy that I feel for the situation, and allowing it to slow down a little bit. So, yeah, I always think of creativity as a kind of technology of what we can create with what we have. So in that way, I also think this time has really brought us back to what is essential. It's not always about maybe the product or the object or the show, but also that kind of fulfillment and relationship with the medium directly. We're kind of coming from this time, the past few years have been really hard with all the challenges we're facing with minorities, Me Too movement, just everything's kind of come up in the past few years. And I feel like it's been a kind of time of lamenting. And I hope that on the other side of this, that we can come to really celebrate the sacredness of diversity in life and spread more color and light through our art.
And we are back. Don't forget to please like, share, and love on our video. Comment now for a chance to win a gift card to Crescent City. We'll announce that at the end of the program. As we were going out, we were talking about the painting, and we're with the Meister Singers. This is Connie Roberts and Joseph Wilkinson from the Meister Singers. And we had a real successful fundraiser earlier in the summer called Singing Choreograms, and those are coming back around, I understand, in July. They were so popular. Joseph, you want to tell us about them?
They were, and we were excited to be able to participate in this way with a fundraiser for ACA and for the cultural arts of Hattiesburg. So in May we had choreograms in which we're leading up to Mother's Day, the entire week leading through and up to Mother's Day. Some of the Meister Singers were participating in sharing choreograms, singing grams, telegrams with individuals, and it went off so very well, and was such a true blessing for those who participated as well as for those who received. We're looking forward to doing so again, and so it's coming up in the month of July, and it'll be every Saturday of July. Now those Saturdays hit with the 4th, July 4th, so naturally there's going to be patriotic songs that are shared. On the 11th, which will wind up being hot summer themed songs, and it probably will be hot knowing Mississippi, and on July the 11th. On the 18th, we're doing a theme of Splish Splash, so you might even hear a little yellow polka dot bikini going on the 18th, and on the 25th, we're almost halfway to December. We're more than halfway to December, and so on the 25th we're doing actually Christmas songs, and so it's helping us to cool off with the thought of wintertime and thinking ahead to the joy of Christmas that will be upcoming. So those are the Saturdays that are going to be in play, and we want you to register and send a choreogram to a friend, a relative, a loved one who needs just to hear a voice of cheer during this time.
Thank you, Joey. I have a feeling we've lost Connie for a second. We're trying to get there. She is. She's back. She disappeared from us for a second. Connie, tell us about what we're about to listen to. We were really thrilled that you were able to have a recording like this and be able to share it with us for Festival South. But tell us about what we're getting ready to see and hear. Oh, microphone's off. I think you're muted. Joey, jump in a second while we're figuring her out and tell us what we're going to hear.
Sure thing. So this is the Te Deum by Dan Ford.
Well,
a premiere.
Joey, we lost you for a minute. We heard Te Deum by Dan Ford.
All right, am I back now? I'm sorry about that. And so it was the Meister Singers were invited to come to London and to sing in Cadogan Hall with Dan Forrest present for the concert. And so we were delighted to have that invitation to join Vox Anima London in Chelsea, there in London at Cadogan Hall. The orchestra that played with us was the chamber orchestra from the Royal Philharmonic. Cadogan Hall is home to the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra of London, as well as a venue that many of the renowned choral groups sing in, the Tallis Scholars, Voces 8. It's a fantastic auditorium with tremendous acoustics, and it really was such a joy to go over and share. Among the concert, not just the Te Deum that the Meister Singers shared to open the concert, was also the premiere of Jubilate Deo by Dan Forrest, for which the Meister Singers participated with several choirs from around the world in a mass choir event that ended the concert that day. But what you're about to see is the Te Deum by Dan Forrest that the Meister Singers shared in Cadogan Hall with the Chamber Royal Philharmonic. Oh, goodness. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So, Connie, I'm so sorry.
and people stayed home and read books and listened and they rested and did exercises and made art and played and learned new ways of being and stopped and listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone met their shadow, and people began to think differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and people found themselves, they grieved for the dead and made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways of living and completely healed the earth, just as they were healed.
Do you remember the first time you heard your favorite Sandy Patty song? 5-time Grammy Award winner, 40 Dove Awards. The most awarded female vocalist in Christian music history. A pioneer whose ministry has helped shape Christian music for over 3 decades.
So thankful that you have been in my life for the last 30 years. So I look forward to telling you thank you.
So I hope you can hear me now. So we're going to blame that all on the Saharan dust that's going to be in our atmosphere because we needed something else in 2020. But I do think what I've heard, it's going to make some beautiful sunsets. And even this evening, there was a beautiful one going on right to my right here outside of the window. So please stay safe out there and enjoy the sunsets. Tonight, I would like to thank Mary Dryden, Connie Roberts, and Joseph Wilkinson of the Meister Singers, and the cast of Kinky Boots for being with us. Again, what you missed was me telling you, if you're saying you're home and bored and there's nothing to do and something, as soon as it's okay for all of us to get together again, go audition for the Meister Singers if you sing or like to sing. What a fun time they had when they went to London, and it was really an amazing performance. Thank you for sharing that with us, Meister Singers. Also, thank you to all of our FestivalSouth staff and our Hattiesburg Concert Association who make these programs possible. But mostly, thank you for watching and thank you for your support. We've shown you the commercial several times, and I say it every episode, but please take a moment to visit FestivalSouth.org and click on the big red button and share with us in any way you can. Every little bit truly does help keep artists who are out of work now and could potentially be out of work for some time to come until we're all able to get together again. It helps them stay afloat. Please do anything you can to help that happen. This Monday, a couple of things coming up. I'll actually be on WMXI Radio at 7 a.m. with Ted Tibbett, hosting with him this week, talking about what we have coming up for Festival South and other things with the Hattiesburg Concert Association. And Monday is also a double-header Motown-inspired Movement Monday. You can learn Rockin' Robin and Les Freak. It's a really fun time this Monday, something you can enjoy at lunch, and it'll just make you smile. On Tuesday, John Matteray demonstrates electronic music looping. Jeff McClellan, organist, joins us, chats and performs. And finally, as we mentioned, back with us is Christian music legend Sandy Patty. She'll be chatting with us live. So many exciting things happening on Tuesday, those performances, and then Monday for Movement Monday. Our winner tonight for commenting and being at almost every one of these, I think, live commenting, we just had to do it because it's an Hattiesburg arts patron extraordinaire, and that's Charles Thomas. Charles Thomas will be in touch with you and will get you your gift card to Crescent City. Finally, I'd like to ask you now to please, between now and our next time, really listen to someone, truly learn from them, and love everyone. Thank you, and good night.